greet una, welcome una to this our channel. Not be small thing o. Na no say as update dey come, na so we dey come sama una with the latest. Right now, the tori wey we carry come na like this na about Senator Smart Adeyemi. No be small thing na people. Senator Smart Adeyemi from Kogi State. If una recall, during governorship and presidential election, when dem come dey talk say election was not free and fair, say this one happen, disenfranchisement, dem no let voters vote, especially the governorship election sef, when dem no let some people vote, dem come talk different things, people come dey cry, dey shout, dey say see make dem cancel the election, this and that. This same Senator Smart Adeyemi come outside, he come talk say the election is the freest he has ever experienced, and the election was free and fair. That who no like the outcome of the election make e go court. And wetin this our dear Senator Smart Adeyemi come talk that time o. No do na. Oga went to buy for governorship for his state, Kogi State. Primaries then they just do finish, so this same Senator Smart Adeyemi don come outside now. Dey vex. E no dey happy at all. He dey vex. He talk say the primary election wey dem do so for Kogi State, say it was not free and fair. Say dem no even do election at all. Nothing the matter. Say dem no do election at all. Say dem carry the thing, the wetin dey call am, paper for the election comot, carry come. No know as dem take do am. Dem go submit am say dem don declare somebody as winner for the primaries o. Primaries like this o. The thing no favour am. He don come out now. He don come outside now. Come dey talk. The thing dey pain am. Dey talk like this. Don't be small thing like. My people, as I see this thing, I say, una need to see am. Make I show una the video. Make una watch am. No be my mouth una for hear am. When this man dey talk this thing, this dey pain am. As in hey God o. Make una watch this video. Watch the video, my people.
Damn. It was a rape of democracy. It was a disgrace. It was a betrayal of all those who laid down their lives for the enthronement of democracy in Nigeria. I've heard of rigging. If there was voting and we alleged rigging, okay, we'll say we were rigged out. But in this instance, we were at our polling unit, at our ward headquarters secretariat. There was no material, nobody. What they did was to invite the chairman of the local government areas, including those of them who are said to have been suspended, were recalled 3 days to the election, and they were given the marching order, collect the materials from the panel that came from Abuja, and they went to their closets, and they filled the forms, and brought some 10 people, 15 people within their compounds and their areas, and they said they have voted, and that was the result. While we were still standing at our various wards, we contestants talking to each other, it is 11 o'clock, it is 12, nobody, 1 p.m., nobody. We were there till 2 o'clock when we started hearing results of election. It is unimaginable. This is a new phenomenon that must not stand, because if Kogi State get away with this, other governors will copy it. There was no election. Ask my colleagues, ask the security service, ask the INEC people, except they want God to descend on them. There was no voting. We didn't see anybody. Send your reporters to do an investigation. There was no election anywhere. What they just did was to pack the material, hand them over to the chairman, because the chairman have been told that they have to work towards ensuring the Auditor General of the local government. Now, the Auditor General of the local government is a big man, and all the resources, management of resources of the local government is within his purview to monitor and to ensure whether it was properly used or not. That is a different issue I don't want to go into. But let me just tell you that Ododo that you talked about, he is the cousin brother of Yaya Dozabelo. Ododo is from the same ward, the same polling unit, the same community. In a state like Kogi, nobody is good than his own immediate cousin. Not just that, within the same ward. Now, how can there be peace and progress and stability of this country when some people are being made as if they are second-class citizens in their own state? We were not conquered. I'm from Kogi West. The first primary school in northern Nigeria is in my senatorial district, was established in my senatorial district. In essence, My people saw education more than many parts of the northern Nigeria. And under Sardauna of Sokoto, we were carried along. There was no discrimination under Sardauna of Sokoto. That explains why people were comfortable. Those days we say one north, irrespective of whether you are Yoruba or you are Gwari or you are Nupe. As far as you are in northern now, under Sardauna, it is one north. Can we say it is? You cannot even say Kogi is one state today. Don't forget that in every community you have some happy slaves. You know, when you pick some few people in some areas and make them to look as if they are part of the ruling tribe, you know, they are happy for it. So they are ready to confront you. But majority of the people will not take this. We are not slaves, we are not conquered. Let me tell you, ask your reporter, and I stick my integrity, Abati. Let them go and do a thorough investigation. There was no voting. I didn't vote. Muri Yakubu didn't vote. Shaibu Abubakar Adu didn't vote. All of us didn't vote. Okay. In my senatorial district, due to fear, only 3 of us contested. Body form. 24 hours to the election, the 2 others were asked to step down, and they complied. Nobody will come and tell me to step down, judging my background. So I was the only one from my senatorial district. Since the creation of the state, Kogi West, we have not produced a governor. We have been under oppression. We have been under carry the document to the resident of either the chairman of the party or a commissioner in the state, and they filled the form and came back and submitted to the panel. That was what happened, and we have visual to buttress these allegations. There are people who were standing, a sister media organization, the NTA. They moved around. They got to a place at 2 o'clock. And the people were saying there's no voting material. Nobody has appeared to them. Nobody came to them. The NTA reported it on their network service because they moved to about 3 local governments and they saw there was no voting. No voting took place. Please, I stick my integrity as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If anybody proved that is true and genuine, please hold me by my word. There was no voting. I never voted. All my other contestants, there was no voting. Senator Dangana in the East Central District, he was there in the front of the palace of the Ata of Igala. There was no voting. As the traditional rulers, there was no voting. This is the worst form of rigging that I can imagine. This is a different phenomenon. You know, I've never imagined this could happen in Nigeria of 2023. I thought we have moved away from this primitive ways of electoral. The system will not work, God will work. Because if there was an election and we were defeated, we take it in good faith. But there was no election. Results were written and announced. The chairman of the local government, with marching orders and security men, moved to their comfort zones to write the result and return it back to the state capital to the committee members who collected them and went ahead to announce them. Well, is that democracy?
Well, Senator Adeyemi,
it was not what democracy that people fought for.
Senator Adeyemi, your point is clear on all of those scores, so that we don't keep saying the same thing. This is somebody reacting to all you have said so far by way of feedback. The person says, Smart Adeyemi celebrated the violence and rigging in Lagos. Now he's crying. What goes around comes around. Ask him if he now regrets celebrating the rigging and violence during the governorship election in Lagos. Did he condemn the rigging and violence in Lagos on March 18? Injustice somewhere is injustice everywhere. Please tell him that the question is from a viewer. Mention my name. Well, I don't want to mention his name, but this is what the person said. What do you say to this feedback from one of our viewers?
Well, in the first place, I have no reason to support violence in any way, in any form. And what happened in Lagos, I was not in Lagos. There was report of pockets of violence. I'm not based in Lagos. So I heard about the fact that there was violence on the part of all the political parties, not APC, not Labour Party. You know, that is the issue at stake is quite different from this question. The issue at stake was the fact that election never took place. If there was election and there was violence and rigging, that is a different ball game. That is another level. What I'm saying is a new phenomenon of electoral malpractices. This is something that must not allow, or else
My people, now the video be that oh. Una see am now, una see wetin this man dey talk, so una hear am. Wahala. I still dey laugh for here oh. Anyway, my people, make una drop una comment how una reason am, wetin he talk, una take on everything wey this man talk, and the question wey one viewer even ask wey Dr. Abati read give the man like this. Make una drop una comment, una view and everything, and make una no forget to like and share this our video. Now do well. See you in our next video. Bye.
Some of the delegates and ask the question. DJ ATV.